Robert Maginnis. He is the author of 8 books on national security and foreign policy, and he joins us now live from the U.S. state of Virginia. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us on the program today. Now, many analysts believe that the Ukrainian forces beat Russia in their initial plan of taking control of the capital, Kiev. Can we witness that happen once again in the Donbass region?
Well, it's quite possible. We'll have to wait and see. There are a number of factors here. Now, about 60% of the Ukrainian regular forces are in the east, in the Donbass region. And of course, that's where the Russians are focused. They've reinforced them with tens of thousands of additional personnel. However, what we're beginning to see is that Vladimir Putin dipped into the 2 million reservists that he has across his country, and they've activated 20 National Guard units. Now, typically, these are rear area types of units that if they're used in the assault that we expect to be forthcoming, they are not as well trained, perhaps, as some of the combatants that you've already seen in the north, especially those that were initially going after Kiev. So there are a host of issues. Plus, they've really lost a great deal of their mechanized force, almost 500 tanks and the like. So this is having a very hard impact on the Russian ability to do what's necessary. Now, if what is going to happen is going to be successful for the Russians, they'll have to mass their artillery and use a host of other actions that we haven't seen as yet.
Right, and we did hear Zelensky call for more weapons as he did announce this offensive being launched in the east, in the Donbass region. What exactly has held the West and the EU back from giving all their military capabilities available to Ukraine till now?
Well, politics, obviously. Now you're beginning to see the likes of T-72 Soviet-era tanks being pushed to Ukraine. You're seeing S-300 air defense systems. The U.S., of course, has been working with the Ukrainians for years and provided thousands of javelins and stingers and the like. Now we're beginning to also see artillery. The U.S. is providing artillery, counter battery radar, which is going to be important, especially in the east, because I suspect it's going to be an artillery fight. Now, keep in mind, if you're in the defense, as are the Ukrainians in this case, you have at least a 3, if not a 5-to-1 advantage. So if the Russians are going to attack the well-fortified defensive positions in depth, they better have plenty of artillery and a lot of manpower and machine power in order to overcome that defense. So this could be, probably some of the toughest fighting that we've seen to date.
So you do think that there will be artillery fighting on the ground. Where do you think that this offensive in the east will end up at?
Well, I do expect that there'll be a lot of casualties. And then, the Russians, if they commit forces in depth, they could suffer tremendous losses as well, as will the Ukrainians. It's hard to know. If Vladimir Putin wants to keep pouring in resources, I think ultimately the mass of that country could prevail. However, the West is also beginning to pour in forces through the Polish border into Ukraine, and the resilience of the Ukrainians is, phenomenal. It's, they're demonstrating capabilities that I don't think anybody expected. So this could end up being a draw. I think it would be in the best interest of all countries if, in fact, Mr. Putin declared victory and went home.
All right, Pentagon senior strategist Robert Maginnis, thank you so much for joining us here on Tier 2 World and sharing that insight with us.